Hey, what's going on, Saints? Grace to be sharing some fresh manna with you today. We're going to be talking about a dream that I received back in August, and it has to do with the market, specifically crypto. And I'm going to be talking about that today. But before I do that, that crash was insane on the 9th. Um, that was definitely a learning opportunity for a lot of us. And I literally say a learning opportunity because I feel like the Lord has me prepared for what's coming up next, rather more so than that crash that just recently took place. I feel like it was just a learning opportunity. Personally, the reason why I say that is because my dreams align with what I feel is coming next, as well as the price points. Because the price points that He's given me, none of them have been hit yet. Um, and not only that, but we also still have to get to a lot of other price points that have been prophesied about, like the 11 cent XLM price point by Ryan from Money on the Move, and probably some others that I'm not aware of. Um, but yeah, this recent crash definitely hit some prophetic price points that were mentioned on that Money on the Move channel. So 17 cents. There might have been, I think, Ethereum, maybe that $3,400 Ethereum. I think he mentioned that that was hit as well. I'm not really sure about that one, but I was mainly just tracking that XLM price. Uh, but yeah, it was super good to have that learning experience because now we know what to prepare for, right? Like, I didn't have any buy order set up. I don't know about you guys if you guys had any buy order set up, but I for sure didn't. I didn't have any seller order set up, none of that stuff. I was in the market. And so, um, but what's nice though is the Lord did have me in a slight cash position. I had a little bit of cash on the side to go shopping. Uh, so I went shopping the following day. Uh, kind of got some stuff on the low. So that was pretty cool. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was a little something, something. But yeah, let's go on and get in. Oh, but before we get into this dream, for those of you who are new to trading, in the description, I included a link to where you can get $75 if you use that link toward your toward crypto. So it's a nice little head start on your portfolio, and it's an exchange where you can buy and sell. One that I use, one that I trust, one that I like a lot. It's called Kraken. It's probably my biased opinion, but uh, I feel good about it. I feel good about it so far. So, yeah, that link is there for you to use. Now, let's go and get into this dream that I was talking about. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the dream, at the beginning of the dream, at the beginning of the video, this dream took place on August 1st of this year. And I was in a car of some sort. It was actually kind of like a roller coaster. Actually, let's go with a roller coaster, because it was definitely on it was a roller coaster. Okay, and so I was on the right hand side. I'm just trying to get a visual here, and then there was another roller coaster to the left of me. Same roller coaster, but there's two lanes, if that makes sense. And let's see what I write down here. And in the dream, I knew that I represented the crypto market, which is pretty interesting. And now it doesn't say I represented altcoins. It doesn't say I represented Bitcoin. I represented the crypto market in general. And my car went forward first. So I shot forward and then I came back a little bit. And then after I came back, I launched even further than I had the first time. Now, keep in mind, we're in a roller coaster, right? So roller coasters are meant to go fast. And in everything, there's a reason why things happen in dreams. Things are strategic. Things happen in dreams for a reason. So I was told by people that whenever you're in a means of transportation, it represents ministry. So, hey, this could be my ministry right here, right? One of them. And roller coasters go fast, right? So I believe that I was in a roller coaster because these events are going to take place quick. And so keeping that dream into consideration, that I went first forward and then I came back and then launched even further than I had the first time. Now we're just going to play out a few scenarios here, okay? We're gonna do some what ifs real quick. So again, this dream took place in August. Now XRP's all-time high took place in July. So I don't think it's going based off of altcoins or XRP or anything like that specifically, right? Because my dream happened after XRP hit an all-time high most recently. Now let's just say even if it did consider XRP and altcoins in general going up first, right? Let's say it considered that all-time high of me going up first and then coming back down, which is that most recent crash on the 9th, and then shooting off further than I did before. That would still mean that, even if that was the case, that would still mean that we are expecting the market to go ballistic very soon, right? Now let's play out the scenario of Bitcoin. Let's say if it was talking about, my dream was talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's all-time high. Bitcoin's all-time high recently took place in October of this year, right? Like literally at the beginning of the month, I believe. I think it hit 126,000. So that was after my dream. So, okay, let's play that out. So let's say that went up to an all-time high, and then that most recent crash that took place. Well, then even in that scenario, we would still be expecting the market to go ballistic. Now, let's just say it's the market in general after that dream took place. Let's say if we're just going based off of the dream forward, right? So from August forward. So on the all-time, I mean, if we're talking about that crash, if we're starting it from that crash, and then, or it would have to start after the crash because I went up forward first, remember? So that would still mean that we're expecting the market to go ballistic very soon. So all scenarios play out to the market going upwards. And as I talked about in my most recent video, that I had a dream where I feel like it was the Lord's voice saying that a price of XRP at $5 will still be considered cheap in the very near future. Now that dream took place last month in September. So yeah, that would be a new all-time high for XRP. And then, I mean, even that's been prophesied about though. I've definitely heard a $5 mark by other prophetic people. And then, that can possibly mean it shoots down again to, pick up all those 11-cent prophetic words and then shoot back up to numbers that I've seen in previous dreams. I don't know if you guys seen that, by the way. I posted a short not too long ago, and it talked about me receiving a dream back literally last year in October. Look at that timing. Last year in October, I had a dream that XLM climbed to $2, and then XRP had climbed up to $15. And in the dream, a friend who I don't really talk to, I mean, he's still my friend. Like, he's one of those friends where We don't have to talk to each other all the time, but when we talk to each other, we pick right back up like nothing ever happened. But anyways, this friend called me in my dream, and he was like, so if this dude calls me, it has to be something major, right? And he called me all excited saying that XRP is at $15. And it happened almost overnight in the dream. And then in another dream, this was in April of this year, I was napping in my dream. So I was sleeping within my sleep. And my wife came rushing to me asking me if I was watching crypto. And I said no. She replied, how could you not? XRP is at $11. And I checked the market, like, I checked the prices, and in my dream, it was shooting up in real time, and it was at $11 and going higher. So yeah, I personally believe that we're going to be, according to my dreams here, how they're all lining up. I believe that we're going to see an all-time high for XRP altcoins soon, $5 XRP, and then perhaps that 67 cent, that Ryan prophesied from Money on the Move, and 80 cents that David prophesied from Gen Next, and then coming back down to that 11 cent XLM range, and then shooting up again further than it did, further than these upcoming all-time highs of $5 and all that stuff, to this $11 XRP, $15 XRP range, and $2 XLM range. So, but yeah, that's kind of looking like how it's going to play out. That's my conviction. Now, obviously, I always say this, probably sound like a broken record by now. Pray about it. Cannot stress that enough. Because if you're relying on my words, who am I? I am not God. I'm just a messenger. I'm a watchman on the wall. Just sharing what the Lord is sharing with me. But, oftentimes, as we know, God doesn't include all the details, because why would we need to have faith if he included all the details for us, right? So at the end of the day, it takes having a personal relationship with God, and having spending your own time with him, just like you would with your dad, with your earthly dad. So if you and I were blood sisters and blood brothers with the same mom and dad, you're gonna have your relationship with them. I'm gonna have my relationship with them. What they share with you may be different from what they share with me. And we're gonna have our own relationship with them, right? In the same way, we gotta have our own relationship with our spiritual father. So with that being said, I hope that word encouraged you guys, because I know it's definitely encouraging to me, because yeah, it's only up from here. We just recently saw that crash, so it's only up from here. And another thing too is, if you don't know the Lord, and if you are new to crypto and you're trying to read, you're trying to read charts and stuff like that, man, to be real with you, I don't think this is a season for that. Knowing the charts and all that good stuff, that's all good. Being knowledgeable about all that stuff. But in this season, I believe that it's going to take you having your own oil. You know what I mean? You having a relationship with the Lord, because all this stuff, I feel like it's you got to be walking in step with the Lord. Otherwise, you're going to be delayed, hindered, and just, beat up from the feet up, needing a checkup from the neck up, and tore up from the floor up. You know what I mean? By the time the dust settles. So, and the reason why I say that is because, like, if you think about it, like, if the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous, right, which is obviously in the word, but if the wealth of the wicked is going to be transferred to the righteous, then it would take, I mean, in order for that to happen, it's, I don't foresee that, people following trends and all that stuff. Otherwise, it would have happened a long time ago. But, you know, as a prophet of the Lord, I believe with all my heart that you got to be locked in with the Lord in order to succeed in the market this time around. You know what I mean? I feel like God is just using the Joe schmoes of the day, using your everyday average person, um, who don't know anything about the market, but who are in tune with the Lord, and he's he's gonna help those kind of people pop off. You know what I mean? In the Bible, it says that He chooses the weak things to confound the wise. And so, like I said, I'm not trying to, encourage you to not be knowledgeable about reading charts and all that good stuff. There's a, good time and place for that. But this time around, yeah, you're going to have to be locked in more than ever before. And so, yeah, I wanted to encourage you with that. If you don't know the Lord, I just want to, before I end this video, I'd like to pray for you. You know, man, Jesus is the best friend you never knew you had. And all you got to do is call to him. Jeremiah 33:3 says, "Call to me and I'll answer you and I'll show you great and mighty things which you do not know." So call to him, say, "Highest power, whoever you are, reveal yourself to me." And God is gracious. He'll do it. It may not happen overnight, but he'll do it in his timing. Um, Man, I hope this video helped you guys out. If you don't know the Lord, like I said, I'm gonna pray for you. You don't have to repeat anything after me. I just want to pray for you. Father in heaven, Lord, I just thank you for using me to be able to share your word, to just speak encouragement into your body, into your church. And Lord, I just pray for those who don't know you, that you would show up to them, Father God. Show up in their room, show up in their living room, show up in their car, show up in their workplace, whatever it is, Lord. I just pray that you would reach their heart. I pray, Father God, that they would have an encounter with you in their dreams, however that is, Lord. The way that you speak to me, you speak to me in my dreams. If you can do it for me, you can do it for them. So, Lord, I just thank you for that, Lord. I thank you, Lord, that everything is done according to your will, and your will be done in their lives. In Jesus' mighty name. Well, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And hit the bell notification, because I will be going live. Thank you guys, by the way. After the last video I posted, um, I went over, I think I had like 30 something subscribers. Now it's like 500 and something subscribers. So thank you for everybody who subscribed to my channel. Y'all allowed me to go live now. So, hey, we're about to get it. We're about to start doing deliverances, just prophetic words over people, just hopefully having communion together, all that stuff, man. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be great for God's glory, for God's glory. But yes, with that being said, again, thank you. And if it's the Lord's will, we'll see you in the next video. God bless.